Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 448, we're going to talk about Kykar, the Wind's Fury from M20. But before we do, I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, now's a good time. Our analytics tell us that only 52% of you are actually subscribed. So if you like what you see, hey, feel free to subscribe. But let's talk about Kykar here. For one blue, red, white. I'm not exactly certain what. I know there's a word for that, but 3/3 flyer. But here's the thing: whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a spirit token, and you can sack a spirit for a red mana. That's pretty neat. Yeah, we got to get off this card because, like, I keep seeing the Aflac commercials, but I wanted to build around it as much as possible, so I kind of went in a couple different directions because the first direction I went it wasn't very deep. So let's get to it. Xenographed and Arcane Adaptation. So when these cards, when you play the adaptation, you're going to choose, of course, this is not new. We all know this is coming. Angel. So creatures you control are angel spirit hybrids, kind of, pretty much. So Bishop of Wings, when one of these angel spirit hybrid creatures comes into play, you know, every time you play a non-creature spell, you're going to gain 4 life. And whenever it dies, like when you sack it for red mana, you're going to get another one. You're going to get another spirit that's now a angel spirit. So it's going to trigger off both of them. It's going to trigger as an angel here, and then it's a spirit there. So it's kind of neat. You throw in an anointed procession, and you've got yourself. Now, granted, it's pretty fragile. It's 2 creatures, 2 enchantments. So it's a pretty fragile combo to set up. But if you do manage to do it, and if your table allows it to happen, you're looking at infinite red mana, infinite life, and infinite tokens. So, hey, it's worth a shot, right? And our infinite red mana, Comet Storm is absolutely the number 1, but I'm out of Comet Storm, so we're going to go all old-fashioned. And, I mean, since we're dealing with infinite red, right? We can just bounce a fireball off of everybody at the table. Or if there's only one player left, we can blaze. Now, Pyromantics is a more complicated version. But like I said, if we're talking about infinite here, it doesn't really matter. Rocket Launcher, just in case somebody randomly has protection from red. And Blasting Station, kind of also fitting inside that loop. But you know what? That's kind of it. That's it to the loop. And like I said, pretty fragile. So let's get into the rest of the deck. That being said, I've got Jeskai. That's it. The mana fixing here for the mana rocks. The Jeskai Banner, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Conviction, the Boros Signet, and the Ojitai Monument. Now, spirits. That's kind of... It was really, really hard for me not to go all, spirit and arcane with it. There's a little bit of it in here. But Phantom General stuck out to me because it is a spirit, and it gives your tokens +1/+1. Well, hey, our spirits are going to be tokens. So naturally, that led me to Intangible Virtue. And they're all spirits, right? So we're going to play Shared Triumph. And choose... Oh, come on now, Brian. We're going to choose Spirit off of Shared Triumph. Which is, a little cheaper than Long Forgotten Gohei. We'll have to look later and see if any arcane spells actually made it into the deck. But Drogskull Captain fits right in. And it gives them hexproof, so that's pretty ballin' too. Warden of Evos Isle really doesn't help our tokens, but it does help all of our other, because there's a big flying theme in here. Dungeon Geist is flying, and it's a spirit. Nobilis of War. It says, I didn't actually realize this was a spirit. I was like, attacking creatures, yeah. Oh, wait, it's flies, and it's a spirit. Speaking of spirit, this guy is sick. The Empyrean Eagle here is enough to almost get me to play Standard. Because you know how many one-drop flyers there are in Standard right now in these two colors? Yes, it would be a terrible deck, and it would die to every sweeper that exists. But, I don't really care. It would be a Standard deck that's all commons and uncommons. Anyway, I'm not about that format, so. And Thunderclap Wyvern, pretty close to the same thing. Now, the Angel Alabaster here, return target spirit card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, as you saw, there's a few spirits here. I mean, we have Latch Seeker, but really, I think the spirit that we want to be bringing back is probably the Kami of Ancient Law, just to get that recursive enchantment destruction. I don't know, it's not real strong, but, if you can recur it, it's not bad. Promise of Boonrai. Yeah. Like I said, trying to play to the spirit theme. Promise of Boonrai may not make the cut, I'm not sure. 3 Dude seriously will, because that's not bad at all for 3 mana. And then Seraph of the Masses you could just, this could be free. You could just convoke out the whole thing. Now, to get that's an awful lot of pieces to our beginning combo there that you saw, and plus, the rest of the spirit tribal, if you will. We got to draw some cards. So, yeah, Ponder, Opt. Whoop, I'm hitting my camera with my card here. Faithless Looting, doing a Mind Spring, Divination. Yeah, I know it's Divination, and I know there's a lot of cards better, but I was looking for a lot of card draw, and y'all know me, it's shiny. Oh, I'm terrible. Winged Words, not bad for 2 mana, because, probably going to have a flyer. I'll pull from Tomorrow. Oh, and check this one out. Bam! Ribbons of the Wrecker. So, draw a card for each spirit you control. It kind of tied in, and I was like, yeah. Let's run some removal next. It's pretty standard stuff. Oblivion Ring, Celestial Purge, Negate, Path to Exile, Turn to Frog. Yes, I do count that as removal. Suspension Field. Now, Tail's End, I like. Activated, triggered, or legendary spell. So, this is... I think the flavor text on this card should be, play this in Commander. And then, of course, we have Magma Quake, because, sometimes all the non-flyers and planeswalkers just got to go. Well, now the what's left here. This is just a random collection. I guess the Goldnight Commander here, I guess that could, in theory, go with our combo, just in case somebody couldn't take damage and you had to combat damage them out. So you run the Goldnight Commander and the Emblem of the Warmind. Ether Shockwave is kind of neat. That actually fuels right into the combat damage thing, because, we tap all non-spirit creatures. Our team's going to be untapped, that's for certain. Now, Clash of Realities is, it's, as they say, it's a double-edged sword. Shut up, Kamal. But when your spirits come into play, you can have it deal 3 damage to a non-spirit creature. So that seems pretty good for a token, But now, the other side of it is all non-spirit creatures. can deal 3 damage to a spirit, which is probably going to kill any of them. Unless we have enough of those anthem effects out there, and then it feels kind of like we're, winning anyway. But anyway, I thought Clash Realities was neat. It fits right in the deck, so wanted to do it. Glory of Warfare, it promotes the aggro theme if that's the way we're going to go. Favorable Winds, another anthem. That was in the raw. And another card draw, or card selection, rather. Now, Swiftfoot Boots is obviously there to keep Kykar safe, as is Spectral Cloak. Deluge, obviously, is going to tap everything that doesn't have flying, because most of our team does. The Battleground Geist, a spirit that helps other spirits, so that's pretty neat. Hey, check, this is not bad at all. The Drift of Phantasms. Yeah, we run this card a lot just because it's a tutor, but you know what? It's a spirit, and it flies. So, it's got Defender, whatever. But it's good in both of its forms, whether you're using it as a tutor or as a creature, so that's neat. Now, Misahili. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a servo. So, now granted, we're not looping this one, but it is in our colors, and we have a lot of non-creature spells in the deck, so we might as well be getting some more tokens, right? Now, these last 2 cards are how I like to refer to as slots. Healer of the Pride, yes, it is a worse Soul Warden. I get it, but if we've got our combo, then we've already got the infinite life thing nailed down. So this is probably my Comet Storm slot, or it could be for another red card, because I've got Personal Sanctuary. See, and Personal Sanctuary in there by itself is, it does absolutely nothing. Well, it's gonna, our Pain Lands, maybe it's gonna help us anyway. The reason why I put Personal Sanctuary in is Pyrohemia requires a red mana to activate. But the problem with Pyrohemia is it's going to kill all our stuff. So we're going to have to generate the infinite red first and then filter it all through Pyrohemia. And then, of course, it's going to die when there are no creatures in play, which kind of makes me want to run another indestructible creature like a Stuffy Doll or something like, I don't know. You see where I'm going? It's a whole another strategy, and the Personal Sanctuary is kind of like placeholding, if you will. But let's get into the non-basic lands. There are 2 slots there. Besides what I've named, y'all let me know what you think should, take up these 2 slots. And I don't know. So non-basic lands, of course, we got to do Temple, Swiftwater, Highland, Is it Boiler, Tranquil Cove, Azor Gate, River, Chancery, Temple, Arcane Waste in the white border. Needlespire. I cannot believe some of these duels like Needlespire are still like cents. It's just so incredibly cheap. Now, granted, yeah, it comes into play tapped. It's essentially just a slightly better gate. But I don't know. I still like them. It gives us more options, that's for sure. And the gate, of course, we got our Mystic Monastery, Evolving Wilds, Transguild Promenade, and the Command Tower. I used to run Command Tower in like every 2-color deck, but really the 2-color decks don't have that much of a problem with the mana fixing. The 3-color decks I have found, especially needs that one crazy land that'll tap to produce anything. So, I don't know. Oh, hey, by the way, I had an idea. Some of y'all, of course, we're 14 minutes in, so if anybody's watching this late, idea for like a non-deck show on question and answers. Any questions you got for me? Anything? Just like a whole Q&A of, Cure for the Common Game, or if there's anything that you're looking at or you're thinking about and just got questions for me or whatnot, feel free to leave the questions in the comments and tweet enough, and we'll do, a whole question and answer show. So I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, I think we're going to shuffle and cut.